Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. What's up? Whoa. Why am I not hearing myself? This is weird. Happy Monday. I hope everybody's doing well. There we go. That's better. Oh, man. Talk about freaking you out when you don't have all the things, all the buttons pressed appropriately. What's going on? Happy Monday. Welcome to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and this is the show where the conspiracy is the news. And what does that mean? It means a lot of things. It means that we live in a post-truth world. It means we have a situation with propaganda that's out of control. It means that you can't find a damn thing that you want to find when you want to find it because, well, it's all lies and misinformation and disinformation and all the rest of that. And that's what this show's about. The show's about looking at news cycles and actually picking out things that probably matter and just really don't get enough coverage, don't really get enough people talking about them. And that's what's up. So as always, right, this is a crowdsourced situation. So if you have any articles or things you want me to talk about, just join the Discord. Come click the Discord link at troubledminds.org, and or you can send me an email at troubledmindsradio@gmail, and just send me some links of news stories you want me to look at. And basically, we're not talking about politics and the rest of that crap, because what a colossal waste of time. And I'll get to some of that today on what a waste of time politics is, because even the most like knucklehead, like smack yourself in the forehead, no-brainer situations, politics just finds a way to smack it down, which is like, hey, like you broke it, fix it. Why don't you fix it? And they're like, no, we want to think about it some more. No, it's broken. Everybody knows it's broken. Fix it. How hard is it? It's so stupid. And even for the most simple, basic things, they just can't get it together. And it's an embarrassment to democracy. The funny thing is, right? They say that the Washington Post has got their their little tagline: "Democracy dies in darkness," and these morons can't get the most simple damn thing done. It's unbelievable. Anyway, so as part of the transparency process, as always, all the links I share and I'm talking about, I'll drop in the chat, but they'll also be down in the description below when this actually hits the podcast feed. So if you want to follow up on any of these articles and see that I'm not bullshitting you, because, well, there's so many people that are out there bullshitting you. The source may be suspect because it might be propaganda or whatnot, but at least I'm citing the source instead of just talking out my ass like CNN or Fox. In any case, there we go. So if you want to be part of the show as part of that transparency bit, 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037, and we'll put you on the show. Click the Discord link and hop in, and you can be on the show on Discord as well. All right, let's do it. Let's get to some things, shall we? Let's get to this. Let's go here. Let's begin with, speaking of the most trusted source of news, let's do CNN Business. What's up, guys? I see you there in the chat. Hope everybody's doing well. VR headsets are headed to your car's back seat. Oh, jeez. I'm going to try and ignore this middle-aged man with a gut and a VR headset in the video here. I'm going to try and just ignore that. Okay, anyway. Forget the stereo. Your next car could come with a virtual reality entertainment system. Holoride, a tech startup whose promise is, quote, turning vehicles into moving theme parks, recently announced at the SXSW Festival in Austin that it is bringing VR headsets to select Audi SUVs and sedans this summer. With the Holoride system, Audi passengers will be able to blend what they see on the actual journey with augmented reality elements via motion synchronization technology. Passengers can fly over rainforests or enter a virtual office to join a work call, all from the backseat of the car, according to the company. And Holoride says its technology adapts the experiences to each trip's length, location, and the driving style of the person at the wheel to offer new content each time you climb into the car. Holoride's goal is to monetize the many hours people spend in cars each year. Yep, there you go. Holoride and the companies it's partnering with on in-car experiences are also looking ahead to a possible future filled with self-driving cars. In that world, everyone in a vehicle could be a passenger, and there may be opportunities for new entertainment products and subscription services. The partnerships also come at a time when VR headsets broadly appear to be gaining more traction with consumers. Yes, all right, so how could this go wrong? How could this go wrong? I mean, it's like, hey, this is what we've been talking about, right? The whole idea of this new reality that we're actually destroying the actual world, the real world. We're just destroying it, litter, pollution, the whole thing, right? Doing all the stuff we do as people because anyway, you get the point. I'm not going to go into that in tirade today, but right, people gonna people, and because they are, then we have this. So instead of looking out of the barren wasteland of the post-apocalyptic nightmare scene of the side of the highway, you get to just pop on your VR headset, and then bam, you're in Jurassic Park. Right? Yeah, right. Yeah, and how could this go wrong, right? How could this go wrong? And then we have self-driving cars, so then everybody's wearing these things and they're in this virtual reality world of Jurassic Park, or flying over the rainforest, or they're on Saturn visiting the Black Cube, or whatever the hell's actually going on, right? And then, well, if something goes bad in the real world, you'd never know it. You think your rocket ship crashed into Saturn, right? You'd have no frickin' idea. Man, this seems like a great idea, doesn't it? How could this go wrong? Let's file this under how could this go wrong? VR headsets headed to your car's backseat. And of course, once we get self-driving cars, then of course you could just strap one of these things on the front seat and just leave behind your entire real existence for an entire phony existence. So good. So good. So mad. So good. There you go. Actually, I'm going to link that because I think I said I'm going to link my things because I usually do. There you go. There's the article if you want to check it out from CNN Business. And Holoride, Holoride, and now and lest you think, well, how could it get much worse than this, Mike? Let me show you. Let me show you. All right, here we go. This is from New Scientist, and you guessed it. VR takes its next step. Artificial touch. The new tech making virtual reality more immersive. The feelings of touch and temperature are complex biological processes. Now, everyday chemicals like menthol and capsaicin are being used to simulate them and create more realistic VR experiences. Okay, now we're talking about simulating the touch of temperature and touch and temperature, right, through VR. All right, through chemicals. All right, now, let's just file this under how could this go wrong? I know. What we'll do is we'll put you in a car with a VR headset that's a self-driving car that will hop you up with chemicals to simulate the actual biological responses to touch and temperature, and then this should be fun. There we go. Yeah, and then right from the article, New Scientist. You open a door and it hits you. a flare of warmth on your skin. You brace yourself to go inside, battling smoke and heat. Flames flicker around you as you make your way through a burning building. You find what you came for and escape. Outside, it is so cold you start to shiver, while your hands and feet go numb. But then you remove your headset and it all stops. You just finished an incredibly realistic training exercise. None of those sensations were caused by changes in your surroundings, although they felt real. Instead, chemicals, carefully selected to mimic different feelings, were pumped onto your skin. Such stimulants have long been useful for understanding touch, the most complex of all human senses. In the 1990s, studies of capsaicin, I think that's how you say it, an extract of chili peppers and menthol found in peppermint helped us pin down how our bodies react to hot and cold conditions. Now, Jasmine Liu and her colleagues at the University of Chicago are using this knowledge to create chemically induced sensations to make virtual environments astonishingly realistic. I'm stuck in a 30-second Billie Eilish ad, for real? What's up, Joseph? In a technology dubbed chemical haptics, they have built a wearable device that, when placed on the skin, can cause the wearer to experience a range of sensations: hot or cold, numb or tingly, on demand. Its uses could include creating intensely realistic virtual worlds for gamers to explore or for training firefighters. But will we ever be able to fully replicate the experience of touching something real? And what might we lose if we can't? Anyway, there's the term for you. Using stimulants to chemical haptics, HAPTICS, chemical haptics. I don't know. Again, how could this go wrong? 702-957-1037. If you're like, come on, Mike, really? This isn't that bad. Wait. There's more. All right. So you're in the car. You got the VR situation going on. And then you have this thing set up where you feel cold and hot on your skin because it's pumping these stimulants and chemicals and shit all over you. And then, but you ask Mike, you can't smell. There's no smell-o-vision in VR. Oh, yeah? From VPR.org. Want to smell in virtual reality? A Burlington-based startup has the technology. Yeah, you guessed it. Here it is. Yep. Let's see. Now, thanks to a Burlington-based tech startup, you can also smell in VR. OVR Technology is one of a handful of companies developing scent technology for virtual reality. Quote, what we wanted to do was, as accurately as possible, recreate how we experience smell in the real world in the virtual world, says Aaron Wisniewski, OVR's CEO and co-founder. At the company's headquarters in Hula in Burlington South End, Wisniewski held his company's signature device in the palm of his hand, a black cartridge that snaps onto a VR headset and fits over the nose. Inside the cartridge are vials of scents manufactured in the OVR lab. Users testing out the device can try out demos like picking and smelling a virtual rose. When you pull the rose away, the smell instantly disappears instead of lingering like a perfume. That effect is due to the OVR hardware. There it is. All right. It says at first it feels a bit like modern-day smell-o-vision, Hollywood's attempt from the late 50s and early 60s to incorporate scent into movies. A machine would pump odors into movie theaters corresponding with the action on screen, like the smell of a gun smoked during a shootout. The smell-o-vision technology never worked well. The various smells would mix together, and some parts of the theater would be inundated with scents, while other parts would get none at all. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. There you go. That's all of it, right? So there you go. Let's go back here. VR headsets in your car. Self-driving cars. You don't even have to see the post-apocalyptic landscape as you drive through it. And then we've got the artificial touch through chemicals and stimulants. We just pump hot or cold onto your skin. No problem. And you got it. Then we have smell-o-vision in VR. Weird. It's almost like they want us to own nothing and be happy. You will own nothing and be happy. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. What do you think about this stuff? Is this as strange as it seems? I was like, let's do a little bit of digging just because of that first article, the CNN one, the VR headset in your back seat. And then, yep, you got it. Artificial touch and artificial smells. So what's left? What's left? If you can do those things, what's left? If you can actually simulate touching something and feeling hot or cold sensations all over your body, however, I guess you're going to put on some sort of suit. I don't know. How does this work? I have no idea. You tell me. But, well, if it all works together, you will own nothing and you will be happy. You will be happy. What's up, Robert? What's up, Joseph? Joseph says, I got sick of VR within 2 months. Maybe that is just me, but it's not quite immersive enough to consume me. There you go. Skip the touch VRs. VR shrooms will do that for you and more. Probably. Yeah, I mean, this is nuts, right? This is one of those things where you're like, okay, so let's say the next 5 years or 10 years, maybe you will be in the padded room with some sort of morphine drip and a VR headset, and that's all you need. That's all you need. Hey, you keep the entertainment flowing, and what do they call it, the bread and circus, and you're good to go. 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org, and we'll put you on the show. It is as easy as that. And let's get a quick word from our sponsor, which of course is you.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
Okay, sorry about that. I am back. I had to get a coffee refill because, sometimes you have to have a drink for streaming. It's like necessary. Okay, so there we go. Let's continue. I'm Michael Strange. This is Troubled Minds News, and let's go to here. More news. NBC reports this. Yeah. Yep. We got Russian court bans Facebook and Instagram under extremism law. Russia targeted Meta platforms in a new ban, but the company's instant messaging app, WhatsApp, wasn't included. That's weird. And this is what I'm always saying, right? I'm always talking about this in terms of as the political winds change, we have to be smart enough to see the thing that will actually be worst for all of us. And worst for all of us, in my opinion, is when these political winds change and they decide to ban this and not that, right? They decide to ban all the things or none of the things or some of the things, and again, it just depends on who they've pissed off, basically, right? And so, not to cite Russia as some sort of bastion of moral anything, but this is, again, like, this is the type of stuff that goes on here. This is what happens here in supposedly free countries where they're just like, oh, by the way, I get the argument, oh, Mike, it's a private company, they could do what they want. Well, not really. Not if they can actually be stuck, basically kind of a monopoly on a particular platform, right, of communication, and buying up all the people that try and challenge them. And, there's antitrust laws for exactly that reason, right? Competition. You're supposed to have fair competition in a free market and the rest of this. And I know, free market, I know, it's like, really? There's no such thing anymore because the government has to meddle in every damn thing. But, there are some things they should. I mean, I'm not a purist in any way in any of those capacities. I think that it's supposed to work together and work together well, but it does not, because everything, of course, you follow the money, it flows to the pockets of the politicians to get them reelected. And then, of course, after they're out of office, they get hired on the boards of these companies for ridiculous salaries to basically show up and give a talk twice a year, right? Yeah. Anyway, let's go to look at this. So as they do it, a Russian court took further action against Meta's Facebook and Instagram on Monday under the country's extremism law, banning the companies from doing business in Russia, but allowing Russian users to continue using WhatsApp. That's weird. I wonder why. The Russian state-owned media outlet TASS reported the court-ordered ban based on a decision from Russian Judge Olga Solopova of the Tversky Court of Moscow. Boy, my Russian is worse than my French. Which it said went into effect immediately. The court determined that individual Russians will not be held responsible for extremism by continuing to use Facebook and Instagram, TASS reported. The order follows Russia's announcement March 4th that it would block access to Facebook and Twitter after Meta banned several state media accounts. Yep. Well, what's up, guys? I see you out there. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. What's up, APOC? What's up, James? Let's continue. Let's keep on trucking, shall we? Let's get off this earth and let's go to space. Damn it. Give me some space. Why not? This is from space.com. Startup Aquarian Space aims to deliver high-speed internet to the moon and maybe Mars. What? Okay. The startup has raised $650,000 in seed money and aims to launch a lunar satellite by 2024. Are you shitting me? I said this before when they talked about doing this, but really, like, there are some places on Earth we don't have decent internet access, and we're going to be Wi-Fi on the moon, Wi-Fi on Mars. This is so hot. This is so good. There you go. Aquarian Space announced the funding from Draper Associates Thursday, March 17th, as a step along its eventual goal to bringing high-speed internet between the Earth, the moon, and Mars in future years, fast enough to stream 4K video. There you go. The company aims to deploy its first lunar communication system by 2024. Damn it, James. Why? Why, James? Why, James? It's too early for that joke. It's way too early for that joke. The startup's vision is to create what it calls a SolNet, built on commercial high data rate, high-speed delivery satellite networks with speeds of 100 megabits per second, Aquarian said in a statement. That's far faster than average internet speeds Americans enjoy, with SlashGear recently reporting a typical U.S. resident surfs at less than 30. Exactly. All right. So the average internet speed in America is less than 30, but we're about to put 100 megabytes on the moon. Megabits, whatever. Megabits per second. 1.21 megabits. Geez, right? Yeah. Hey, James. Hey, I'm talking here. Yeah. Hey, I don't know, man. There's no rules. All right. Speaking of no rules, and how I started the show today was this. Remember we talked about how Congress, maybe they can get anything done. Maybe if anything they could get done, they could get the most basic, simple thing ever that everybody agrees on in some slam dunk situation. There we go. Well, remember the last on Friday we talked about the Senate passing making daylight savings time permanent, right? Yeah, daylight savings time permanent. All right, check this out. Nope. The U.S. House, the House of Representatives, stops the clock on making daylight saving time permanent. Okay. Yeah. Yep. For the past 80 years, a ritual takes place across most of America every spring and fall, moving clocks an hour ahead or an hour behind, namely daylight saving time or standard time. However, much to everyone's surprise, the Senate unanimously approved a measure on March 15th to make daylight saving time permanent across the United States next year. The bipartisan bill, named the Sunshine Protection Act, would ensure Americans would no longer have to change their clocks twice a year. But the House of Representatives is taking a much more deliberate approach. Listen to this shit. This is ridiculous. Quote, "It's an important step, but I look forward to hearing from other members," said Representative Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat from New York, the number 5 Democrat in the House. "We were unexpectedly sent this bill by the Senate. Now we're trying to absorb it," he added to the Hill. What? Really? Seriously? Literally the most slam dunk legislature of all time. And these morons can't even go, yeah, this is probably the best thing. Let's do this, right? No, of course not. Now we're trying to absorb it, he says. Absorb what, you fucking idiot? Are you serious? This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things. What's up, A5? Which, that's better than Australia, and we spent $100 million on an NBN network. Exactly. Look, hey, if they actually have better internet on the moon than they do in Australia, I'm done. like why? Like, talk about the upside down. Yeah. Anyway, the Sunshine Protection Act, thanks to the House, has been voted down. And we will have, in perpetuity, as far as we can tell, because these morons in Congress can't get a damn thing done, we will have daylight savings, which is killing people, by the way. Killing people. Yeah. Let's see. Members of Congress have long been interested in daylight saving time's potential benefits and costs since it was first adopted as a wartime measure in 1942. Hear that? Wartime measure in 1942. The proposal will now go to the House, where the Energy and Commerce Committee had a hearing to discuss possible legislation. Nope, they want to absorb it first. They want to absorb it, right? Meaning they can't even do the most simple things. This is an embarrassment to you want to see why actual democracy dies in darkness? This is why. The most simple, basic things they have to absorb first, right? They have to pull out the spreadsheets and consult the dickheads at Harvard and Yale and ask, well, what's this going to cost us in a yearly tax basis? And then if they don't or they wouldn't, this is just incredibly stupid, right? Incredibly stupid. This pisses me off a great deal, as you can probably tell. And, well, that means in perpetuity we're going to have daylight savings, because Congress can't pull their head out of their collective asses long enough to actually see that there is a sun shining outside. And yes, the sun does come up and the sun does go down, and nobody tells the sun when to go up or go down. It just does. All right. Well, but even then they have to try and legislate that. How stupid is that? Unbelievable. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Speaking of VR, let's get back to VR for just a sec. And you'll never believe this. This is from extremetech.com. And of course, you want to know this is why we can't have nice things. Microsoft expects HoloLens to disappoint soldiers. No. Well, that's hot. I mean, maybe they need smell-o-vision and the ability to touch things with chemicals. Anyway, Microsoft entered its $480 million contract with the Army back in 2018 to build these things called a HoloLens, right? Agreeing to provide the military branch with HoloLens mixed reality glasses designed for training and combat. The device is referred to as the Integrated Visual Augmentation System prototypes, the IVAS, have been intended from the beginning to enhance soldiers' ability to detect, decide, and engage before the enemy. By the end of the multi-year project, Microsoft will have sent the Army 100,000 helmet-friendly HoloLens devices with added thermal vision, night vision, vital sign measurement, and hearing protection. That is, if Microsoft can hold up its end of the bargain. Microsoft's HoloLens project has been a mess so far, with confusion on overall strategy and several teammate departures contributing to a web of misunderstandings. Oh, you don't say. Last month, several Microsoft employees told the media they thought the HoloLens team had thrown in the towel. Yeah, right? This is despite the company publicly proclaiming HoloLens was a critical part of Microsoft's metaverse development, which is still very much committed to and actively working on. Okay, now even as Microsoft ships some of the devices it promised, those on the company's military contract team seem to be aware that soldiers' hands-on testing experience could very well be discouraging. Oh, well, I guess that's fine. This is fine, right? This is fine. There's no problem here. 702-957-1037. I don't know. There's the other, I'd choose that over a phone, right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. This is goofball stuff. This is like, again, right, we pump out these huge contracts to the likes of Microsoft, right? And why do you think? You think it's because they're most actually, what would you say, most qualified to do something like this? Clearly and obviously not. Has anybody ever used a Windows machine, right? Had like an update just happen in the middle of you doing something and your shit reset and lose all your work? Yeah, that shit happens. You know why? Because Microsoft is a train wreck. That's why. All right. You ever heard of a Linux system that never needed to be rebooted and ran perfectly forever? Yeah, it exists. How come Microsoft can't do it? Well, you tell me. You tell me. Oh, boy. I don't know. What's going on, guys? I see you in the chat. I hope everybody's doing well. Let's do peel through one more here, and then we'll get to a quick break. And all right, here we go. Check this out. I dropped this in the the Discord earlier. And again, if you guys have stories you want me to talk about, you want me to cover on this show, let me know. Just join the Discord and drop the links in there, or send me an email, troubledmindsradio@gmail.com. This is from the BBC. The hunt for Nigerians who can change into cats. Yes. Now we're talking. All right. Armed with a sharp knife, a megaphone, and dressed all in black, Gabenga Aduwoyen, oh boy, could have passed for a medieval witch hunter, a herbal salesman, or an urban preacher as he walked around a market in the southwestern Nigerian city of Ibadan. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. So he's okay. Long story short, he's in the market. He's got a bullhorn, and he's saying, prove that juju or voodoo magic is real, right? He's like, no, come on, guys, this is BS, right? You guys are full of crap. And well, I guess we'll find out. But so basically, belief in African traditional religions and its juju components are widespread in Nigeria, with many combining them with their either Christianity or Islam, according to a 2010 report by the Pew Research Center. Many Nigerians believe that magic charms can allow humans to morph into cats, protect bare skin from sharp blades, and make money appear in a clay pot. These beliefs are not just held by the uneducated, they even exist at the highest level of Nigeria's academia. Okay, on and on and on. So this guy's walking around and saying, hey, the ability to transform yourself into a cat, to disappear and reappear, these things are possible within the dynamics of traditional African religion. This is from actually the Theological Seminary of the Jude Akanbi. There you go, a lecturer at the Theological Seminary, and another word I can't pronounce. Although it sounds illogical like old wives' tales, however, from what we have seen and heard, these things are possible, he said. Okay, anyway, so so let's see. Such beliefs, especially that human body parts and charms can produce money from a clay pot, have led to a recent wave of gruesome murders in the country, with single women often the victims. Quote, I feel horrible to see young people engage in these ritual killings. If money ritual worked, we would have seen a massive inflation in the economy for the decades that we have believed in it, Mr. Adewoyen told the BBC. And hey, there's a little bit of logic there. Inflation. Hey, if people were just conjuring money out of thin air like Congress, there would be inflation, people. I mean, wait, no. That's Putin. That's his fault. It has nothing to do with conjuring money out of thin air. That's fairy tale shit. That's not real. Anyway, interesting. So this guy's trying to say, hey, somebody turn into a cat in front of me and I'll believe this shit. Stop killing people and putting their body parts on these clay pots expecting money to just come, because it doesn't. Stop, he's saying. Stop this madness. And well, what can you do? I don't know. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. We'll put you on the show. What do you think? Juju, voodoo, something in between? Can people actually turn into cats or protect themselves from being sticked with the knife, or through ritual murders create money out of thin air? Yeah, it seems sick, and it is sick. Don't go anywhere. More Troubled Minds news. I'm your host, Michael Strange. When we return, be right back. All right, welcome back to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange. Let's keep on trucking, shall we? Let's go to live science, because why not? Live science. Science is alive. Trust the science. Wait, nope. No, so no, none of you can turn into cats. What's up, Indigo Child? I see you there. All right, here we go. Check this out. This is live science. A spider web of wormholes could solve a fundamental paradox first proposed by Stephen Hawking. My brain is not quite caught up to my mouth yet. That's why I'm pronouncing words weirdly. Don't worry, I'm not a robot. Not quite Zuckerberg style. Anyway, a seemingly intractable black hole paradox first proposed by physicist Stephen Hawking could finally be resolved by wormholes through time-space. The black hole information paradox refers to the fact that information cannot be destroyed in the universe, and yet when a black hole eventually evaporates, whatever information was gobbled up by this cosmic vacuum cleaner should have long since vanished. The new study proposes that the paradox could be resolved by nature's ultimate cheat code, wormholes, or passages through space-time. A wormhole connects the interior of the black hole and the radiation outside like a bridge. Kanado Goto, a theoretical physicist at the Riken Interdisciplinary Theoretical and Mathematical Sciences program in Japan, said in a statement, "How the hell, why has everything got to have a name that's 22 words long? Anyway, under Goto's theory, a second surface appears inside the event horizon of a black hole, the boundary beyond which nothing can escape. Threads from a wormhole connect that surface to the outside world, entangling information between the interior of the black hole and the radiation leaks at its edges." Uh-oh. What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Well, it means that they're still saying that this whole idea of wormholes through the black hole could very well be a thing. Yep. Well, I don't know. I think the thing is, this is pretty wild. And I do like the idea of a spider web of wormholes, meaning what? One black hole begets another on the other side. We've heard talk of white holes, meaning the opposite of a black hole, and maybe that's what's on the opposite side. Who knows? I have no stinking idea, but this seems pretty cool. This is from 13 hours ago, and it's very in-depth. Maybe this will come to a Troubled Minds radio episode near you. Maybe not. We'll see. I have no damn idea. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. Let's stay in space for a little bit longer, shall we? NASA.gov. NASA. The second you say NASA, some people just shut down. They're like, Mike, this is fake news. Maybe. Maybe. Here we go. Cosmic milestone. NASA confirms 5,000 exoplanets. 5,000. That's a nice solid number, right? That's almost like 200,000 plus downloads of Troubled Minds Radio, right? That's something like that. I mean, 5,000 is a nice solid number. Anyway, the count of confirmed exoplanets just ticked past the 5,000 mark, representing a 30-year journey of discovery led by NASA space telescopes. Not so long ago, we lived in a universe with only a small number of known planets, all of them orbiting our sun. But a new raft of discoveries marks a scientific high point. More than 5,000 planets are now confirmed to exist beyond our solar system. The planetary odometer turned on March 21st with the latest batch of 65 exoplanets, planets outside our immediate solar family, added to the NASA Exoplanet Archive. The archive records exoplanet discoveries that appear in peer-reviewed scientific papers and that have been confirmed using multiple detection methods or by analytical techniques. The 5,000 plus planets found so far include small rocky worlds like Earth, gas giants many times larger than Jupiter, and hot Jupiters in scorchingly close orbits around their stars. There are super-Earths, which are possibly rocky worlds bigger than our own, and mini Neptunes, smaller versions of our system's Neptune. Add to the mix planets orbiting two stars at once and planets stubbornly orbiting the collapsed remnants of dead stars. And there you go. It's not just a number, said Jesse Christensen, also made famous by Aaliyah back in the day. Age ain't nothing but a number. Anyway, science led for the archive and a research scientist at the NASA Exoplanet Science Institute at Caltech in Pasadena, this Jesse Christensen fellow, said each one of them is a new world, a brand new planet. I get excited about everyone because we don't know anything about them. All right, that's fine. I guess that's fine. What can you do? That's fine. All right, so 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org where we at time-wise. Everything looks great. All right, let's continue, shall we? Let's go to Politico. Politico. Speaking of, let's get back to the real world for a sec, and not space. This is Department of Defense official. Russia's hypersonic missile boast a bit of a head scratcher. You guys hear this? So Russia claimed over the weekend that they used a hypersonic missile on Ukraine, right? In one of these cities in Ukraine. Russia may have launched a hypersonic missile over the weekend in an assault on a Ukrainian munitions depot, a senior Defense Department official said Monday. But Moscow's claim about the nature of the weapon is a bit of a head-scratcher. U.S. officials are not able to refute the Russian military's declaration Saturday that it used a Kinzhal hypersonic missile to strike an underground warehouse storing Ukrainian missiles and aviation ammunition, the official said. The launch would be the first use of the Kinzhal in combat. But U.S. officials also can't independently confirm the claim, said the official who spoke on condition of anonymity. Quote, "It's not entirely clear, so what we would assess is it certainly possible." Hey, some maybe juice. Apparently our DOD is also drinking the maybe juice. So, yeah. Anyway, Russia's claim about the hypersonic missile has drawn scrutiny from arms observers in recent days, and the senior DoD official described the weapon's alleged deployment as confusing given the circumstances of its use. Again, we've talked about hypersonic missiles in the past, and they fly faster than 5 times the speed of sound and are maneuverable, making them difficult to shoot down. All ballistic missiles can achieve hypersonic speeds, but the Russians claim the Kinzhal can also be guided during flight, changing course to avoid air defenses. It is not clear if this missile used that capability or if it operated as a traditional ballistic missile. Anyway, interesting. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm hoping missiles don't land on anybody, but that's just me. What can I say? And interesting. So hypersonic, of course, basically you can do with or without a payload, meaning they talked about these things in terms of taking them way up there with an airplane or launching them up sort of rocket style, old school, like a Saturn V. And then the rocket breaks away and you get this very heavy thing like a glider, just a very heavy glider that you can glide down and control. And when it hits, it's all, at least in theory, kinetic damage. It's just impact damage of this super heavy thing smashing into the ground at like 5 times the speed of sound. So you don't even need a warhead at that point because it does so much damage just from kinetic energy that, there you go. So I don't know. Why are they saying this? Did they actually do this? Doesn't make any sense. I have no damn idea. I can't keep track of any of the rest of this stuff because it makes me, it gives me a bellyache, let's say. All the propaganda just gives me a bellyache. All right, let's continue, shall we? Let's go to Tech Dirt. This is one of my favorite websites on the interwebs, and it's pretty good stuff, right? It's like this. Tech Dirt always is on the tip of keeping things straight and actually exactly how they are. So check this out. Copyright as censorship. YouTuber pulls down GoFundMe video to help victim of a viral YouTube jumping Tesla stunt. All right, I'm going to brief this one because this is kind of long. But so we have this guy named, let's see, what's his name? Choi. His name is YouTuber Alex Choi. He was at this actual Tesla get together. All right, these people got together with these Tesla cars. And he just happened to be there when these knuckleheads took a Tesla and jumped over something and smashed into some other cars and totaled a bunch of stuff and just caused some dumbness, right? So clearly and obviously, they say that, well, it had nothing to do with me, right? I was just there hanging out with the Tesla crowd and somebody did this crazy jump. Though they were all ready to film it like they knew this thing was about to happen, right? It's that whole, I got the viral footage, but I had nothing to do with it. I swear I didn't set it up, right? That whole thing. And by the way, this stupid Tesla jump was done in a rental Tesla, even more like knuckleheaded, just unbelievably stupidness. So anyway, this individual the YouTuber by the name Alex Choi happened to have the video go viral. Some Tesla jumping over a thing, smashing into some other cars, right? Anyway, they end up totaling this dude's car, all right? This guy, his name is Jordan Hook. Now, Jordan, he's like, hey, you guys wrecked my shit. Like he has got a Subaru, it's been totaled, and he's like, so he started a GoFundMe based on the virality of the accident, right? Well, he gets a copyright claim from this Alex Choi guy that recorded the video for his GoFundMe video because he used a little bit of the footage saying, look, these knuckleheads smashed into my car. Vern plays the clip, smashes into his car. And then this Alex Choi guy puts a copyright actual takedown notice on his YouTube video, so we can't even use the footage and say, hey, look, right? And this is what I'm saying. This is what they try and tell us, is that copyright is not censorship. But in this case, that's exactly what it is. Copyright is censorship, because this should actually fall under fair use to say, look, these nutsacks, I was going to say something even worse than that, actually did what? Like they jumped over the thing, they smashed the thing, they broke my shit. Here's a quick clip of it as proof. That's my car they hit. They wrecked it. I'm trying to raise some money to get myself a new car, right? Because that shit's going viral. This dude's making a ton of money. But then they won't even because it's bad PR for the stupid thing that happened. So the guy making the money is like, no, I'm the only one that can make money off the stupid thing that happened that we may or may not have staged, right? Like, anyway, stupid. There we go. 702-957-1037. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why we can't have nice things. Because people do stupid shit and expect to get away with it. I hope they come after this dude. I don't know. So I didn't go and let's see. Over the weekend, this ridiculous video went viral. I didn't watch the video because I don't want to give this dude more views. I don't want to link it to you guys because this is the type of shit. Like I always joke, right? Look, if you ever catch me like on top of a roof in a shopping cart trying to push myself into like moving traffic with a GoPro for views, call an ambulance. Like, yeah, Mike needs help because like psych help, right? Mike needs help because this is the type of shit that people are doing to get views, right? To make money, right? It's fucking dumb. It's just dumb. Anyway, and it's why we can't have nice things. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they're the Darwin Award winners. What do you think? What do you think, James? Is it actually as stupid as I think it is? I don't know. Maybe. 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. Sorry about that. I blinked out. I'll blink back in and we'll get going. So as we do that, here's a word from our sponsor, which of course is you.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
All right, welcome back to Troubled Minds News. Let's keep on trucking. By the way, real quick, if you've subbed up on Twitch, thank you very much for that. And if you've done it with Amazon Prime, like I said, it doesn't cost you anything extra. You've already paid for it, and it does need to be re-upped each month. So just a reminder, if you haven't done that yet, I would appreciate that very much. Thank you. It does send exactly $2.49 to me per month. So thank you for spending the extra few seconds to click that and resub it. I appreciate it a lot. Let's go to Universe Today. Universe Today. Let's get out of this universe because this universe sucks sometimes, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, Tesla jumping assholes on YouTube. Anyway, Mars Orbiter captures images of China's rover from space. This is kind of cool. China's Tianwen-1 lander and Zhurong rover touched down on the Martian plane Utopia Planitia on May 14th, 2021, after spending about 3 months orbiting the red planet. While the Chinese Space Agency has shared images of the rover and the lander, including a cute family portrait taken by a wireless remote camera, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter has been following the rover's travels from above. And so here you go, right? This is why I don't buy that space is fake, because we have imagine an entire team. Okay, I guess this is a bad argument, but imagine an entire team of people just faking space images, and then corroborating data from different sources to even back up like China, right? And say, yeah, China's got a rover on Mars or the moon or whatever, right? And so anyway, early on in the Zhurong mission here, anyway, there's some nice images here. Check it out. It's pretty cool stuff, and they've got the parachute and stuff, and they're following the rover where the lander is, and it's pretty neat, right? And this is what I'm saying, right? The rover's all the way down here in the bottom. But in any case, I don't know. I don't buy it. If you can convince me that there's a worldwide conspiracy to create not just a secret like there's a firmament and all the rest of this and all the space stuff is fake because they don't want us to learn about the firmament. I mean, I'm a semi-pro conspiracy theorist, but that's a bridge too far for me, and so I don't know. Like again, I wish I had the truth, but I don't. But the point is, I have a hard time believing that space is fake. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, there you go. Taking pictures from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter and of course the TN1 and Zhurong rover, and anyway, blah 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 blah. 702-957-1037, and okay, you asked for it. All right, Bernays Sauce, I asked for it. All right, in any case, here we go. Speaking of crazy stuff, all right, here we go. This is this. Tiny magnetic waves have been discovered in Earth's core. Yeah. Hashtag space is real. Yeah, I'm in the space is real camp. I'm sorry, I am. Now space as like an ocean. Now we're talking. Anyway, fluctuations in Earth's magnetic field that repeat every 7 years can be used to probe the inner workings of our planet. He said probe. Small. Let's see. Earth's core is a solid inner layer and blah, blah. We know this stuff. So the motion is turbulent and chaotic, and therefore the magnetic field varies over time. Nicholas Gillett at Grenoble Alpes University and his colleagues observed Earth's geomagnetic field between 1999 and 2021 using data from satellites as well as observatories on the ground. The team discovered that the magnetic field around the equatorial region of the core regularly fluctuated. These fluctuations repeated every 7 years, drifting westward around the equator at speeds of around 1,500 kilometers per year. Quote, what is important to know is that the magnetic field in the core evolves on very long time scales. Well, no shit, says Gillett. And what we witnessed is only tiny wiggles on top of this. Okay, well, double no shit. Anyway, although they are relatively small, studying these waves can help to improve our understanding of Earth's inner workings. There has been debate as to whether there's a thin layer of rock sitting between the outer core and the mantle above it that may explain changes in the magnetic field, says Gillett, but these findings suggest that there is no need for this layer. All right. Anyway, there you go. Pretty good stuff. And there we go. Free space. There you go. There it is. See, Mike's an alien. There's the proof. Yeah. Hey, James, I got your alien right here. See, just ticked the time to be perfect time for that joke, because I said it, not you. All right, let's keep on trucking. Let's go to space.com. Let's go back to the James Webb Telescope, right? Let's do this. This is NASA's work to align the James Webb Space Telescope is extending to more instruments. Now, we saw this actual pretty amazing photograph here, right? How they aligned the mirrors and got this gorgeous picture of this star that's actually out there in the Big Dipper. But then they have this pretty amazing stuff back behind. You can see galaxies. I mean, this is a gorgeous shot, right, of this. This is just like, damn, like if this is what we're going to see, like the next gen of this James Webb, I cannot wait. But it's going to take about 6 more weeks before they get everything kind of just pinned in, right? Just dialed in perfectly. But I think this is a nice preview of what we have in store for us with the new space being the final frontier and whatnot. So yeah, here we go. After the James Webb Space Telescope officials released a stunning image of a single star, the team is ready to get other telescope parts in line with the observatory's mirrors. The $10 billion telescope successfully aligned with its near-infrared camera as the star image showed. But the observatory still has 4 other instruments that it must be able to switch between with perfect alignment to obtain sharp images of distant stars. And this, yes. The work will begin with the guiding instrument called the Fine Guidance Sensor, or FGS, and then extend to the other 3 instruments, a NASA update stated on Thursday. Webb engineers expect that this process, called multi-instrument, multi-field alignment, will take 6 weeks to complete. I can't wait. Show us the aliens. Find the alien civilizations, and then we can start calling them to come conquer us. Webb should complete its decommissioning period around June, 6 months after launching on December 25th on an ambitious mission to observe the universe from deep space and gather data on objects ranging from exoplanets to galaxies. Switching between cameras in space is complicated, but the telescope will eventually be able to use multiple instruments at the same time, according to the update, which was written by Jonathan Gardner, Webb Deputy Senior Project Scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland. Ground-based telescopes have the the advantage of having engineers available on site, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this is what's going on. They are going to be able to see some amazing shit, and I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. And what do you guys think? Are you expecting to find alien civilizations with the James Webb Telescope, or not at all? 702-957-1037. Got a couple more left, and we're winding down this version of Troubled Minds News, but it's okay. It's okay. That's okay, because there's more. God willing, we got tonight and tomorrow and more. So here we go. Let's take a look at this. Now, this is an interesting one as well. This may come to a Troubled Minds show near you soon, or maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like. Hopefully, I feel like something good. Salon.com reports this. The weird reason symmetry abounds in nature may have to do with our genes striving for efficiency. Uh-oh, I think it just clicked into my brain. Uh-oh, I think I have a show. The beautiful symmetry that we see everywhere is primed to appear, one scientist told Salon. Yeah, according to Johnson, the answer lies in probability for this. Evolution favors simple genetic codes over complex ones, a principle called simplicity bias, drawn from theoretical computer science, before natural selection even comes into play. Patterns in organisms are just a symptom of that preference. Quote, the beautiful symmetry that we see everywhere is primed to appear, Johnston told Salon. Quote continues, simplicity bias in biology exists, and it's favored without needing to invoke any specific mechanism. In other words, the Fibonacci spiral evidence in a nautilus shell or a head of Romanesco broccoli, Romanesco? Yeah, maybe, is a byproduct of nature being efficient in its genetic code. Given the diversity of organisms that do so across every branch in the tree of life and every scale down to the molecular level, evolutionary biologists have generally hypothesized that symmetrical forms emerge frequently as a result of natural selection. Long-standing debate has surrounded the precise mechanism, but with the understanding that life must prefer patterns for some competitive edge. And I think it just clicked in. It just clicked in. Maybe we have a Troubled Minds show. Yeah. All right. So 702-957-1037. What do you think about this? Let's see. Looking at the chat, making sure everything's good. All right. Everything's good. All right. Let's roll it. Let's go to the final one. This is from SciTech Daily, and it goes a little something like this. This is this scientists discover new form of ice. What? And it may be common on distant water-rich planets. That's pretty wild. What's up, Brohan? I see you there, buddy. NLV researchers have discovered a new form of ice, redefining the properties of water at high pressures. Solid water, or ice, is like many other materials in that it can form different solid materials based on variable temperature and pressure conditions, like carbon forming diamond or graphite. However, water is exceptional in this aspect, as there are at least 20 solid forms of ice known to us. A team of scientists working in UNLV's Nevada Extreme Conditions Lab. That sounds hot. I want to work in an extreme conditions lab. Yeah. Come on, James. I got your extreme conditions right here. The water sample was first squeezed between the tips of two opposite-facing diamonds, freezing into several jumbled ice crystals. The ice was then subjected to a laser heating technique that temporarily melted it before it quickly reformed into a powder-like collection of tiny crystals. By incrementally raising the pressure and periodically blasting it with the laser beam, the team observed the water ice make the transition from a known cubic phase, ice 7, or VII, to the newly discovered intermediate and tetragonal phase, ice 7T, before settling into another known phase, ice X. Ice, baby. Ice. This is too much. Zach Grand, a UNLV PhD student, led the work, which also demonstrated that the transition to ice X, when water stiffens aggressively, occurs at much lower pressures than previously thought. While it's unlikely we'll find this new phase of ice anywhere on the surface of Earth, it is likely a common ingredient within the mantle of Earth, as well as in large moons and water-rich planets outside of our solar system. And the team's findings were reported in the March 17th, 2022 issue of the journal Physical Review B. Anyway, got pretty amazing stuff. This is The jokes just keep coming, don't they? Let's see what else. There's some other good jokes in here that I totally just passed on these jokes. Yeah, when water stiffens aggressively. That's a T-shirt. Stiffens aggressively with a Troubled Minds logo. stiffens, not just stiffens aggressively. In any case, there you go. Fart and dick jokes aside, we got tonight, which is Troubled Minds Radio coming up, and I have an idea for a show. And I think the thing is that like you look for inspiration all over the place, and you guys inspire me, and the news cycles inspire me, and science inspires me, and yes, space, even space. I said it, space I believe is real. One man's opinion, and space inspires me. And so thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of this. You guys know how this goes, and it's a little something exactly like this, and it's not like the other thing. It's like this thing. If you want to help the show, sub up here on Twitch. Thank you to those of you who have done it. Patreon and Rockfin as well. Thank you for all that. Appreciate it very much, guys. Spread the word. That's the most important thing. And the other most important thing, the most important thing, most important thing, thank you for spending your time and energy here. It means a lot to me, and again, creating this beautiful collection of people that like to get together and just talk about amazing things and not politicize it, not hate each other, and not make up a bunch of bullshit for some other bullshit to just hate each other. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate it very much. Proof somewhere out there that people can just kick it and talk and not hate each other. Oh boy. All right. So what we got tonight is Troubled Minds Radio coming at 7, which is a Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific. And so we'll be on tonight. And there we go. So I'm Michael Strange. This is Troubled Minds News. Thank you again for being you. You guys are the best. I'm out. We'll catch you guys in about 3 hours. Have a great afternoon. Happy Monday.